It's not easy to find the right concealer while you're aging. These are one of my best ones. The challenge of covering your under eye circles, it's just crazy, and when you have wrinkles and fine lines under your eyes, it is even more difficult. It's really funny because most of the concealers that I'm about to show you are drugstore and they're very fair priced. The only one that I have that is high-end is, I only have one that is high-end that I'm going to display here and I'm going to show you, but everything else is pretty much drugstore. My very first is the Age Rewind by Maybelline. I love this concealer. I've already gone through 2 more concealers. This one I'm trying this time is the Brightener, and I'm loving this one. It has a little bit of pink salmony undertone, which I really like. It actually is very perfect for covering under eye circles. It brightens very nicely. I even put it on my nose, on my chin, and then I go over with yellow based concealer and it covers up the pinkness of it. It's not too pink. Once you powder, really, I think you can get away with it by itself. This one, the applicator is a sponge applicator like the rest of them. I really love the applicator. I think it's a very clever idea to have sponge and just do it directly on under my eyes. I don't mind the applicator at all. The sponge never gets clogged. It's never gotten clogged for me, so it's a really nice quality, and if you're just using it for yourself, I don't see why it would be a problem. As long as you don't put it on blemishes, I think you can definitely use this one. If you are using it for blemishes, I would probably dab it on your hand and then apply it, but yeah, for under eyes, I don't see why you couldn't use this applicator. If you want to get even more coverage, you can go over it with another concealer, another of your favorite, and cover it up. I go over this one with my NYX HD concealer. I really like this concealer. It's I got this from Ulta, and it's really nice because it's full coverage. I can use this by itself if I wanted to. It's a bit on a dry side sometimes, but I do have to set this one, so I do put very light mineral veil or a very light powder on top of it, and it works beautifully. I love it. Another drugstore that I love, and this one is the cheapest one of them all, is the LA Girl. I love this concealer. It is beautiful on. I love the coverage, everything. It's flawless. I actually bought the color Classic Ivory, and I bought the color Pure Beige. These 2 colors I bought because they didn't have the one that was for my skin tone, and the girl that worked there, and I bought this from Morphe Brushes, the girl that was helping me out told me to get these 2 and combine them together because they were out of the color for my skin tone. So I went with her suggestion, and it was a great suggestion because when I combine these 2, it's beautiful. Even just putting the classic Ivory under eye first and then applying this one on top of it, it's just beautiful because the Ivory has a little bit of pink undertone, which again is kind of like this this pink. It just really covers and brightens really nicely. So I really like using this one. It works really well for $3, even less than $3 if you can get them online. It's really good. I really love this one. It's called LA Girl Pro Conceal, and they have other colored ones too, like a green one and a yellow based one. I haven't tried those, but I'd like to give them a try. I actually really love that it comes with a brush. I don't have a problem with it. I know that a lot of YouTubers have been talking about the brush and they don't like the way the packaging is, but I really like that because I could just brush under my eyes. I don't mind the applicator at all. One thing to be aware of is that it does crease under eyes, so be very light with your application and set it with a light powder. Another drugstore that I really like, it's a cream concealer, and this is by Sonia Kashuk. Did I say that? Yeah, Sonia Kashuk. And this I bought from Target. I don't think they sell them anywhere else. I've only seen this at Target. I think it's exclusive to Target. It's a cream concealer, which is really thick consistency. The coverage is really nice. It really covers well. The only thing that I will say about this, again, you have to be very light-handed with this because it's a cream concealer. It can crease very fast, so you want to really work under your eyes with this and then set it with a light powder. Another thing, if you have very oily skin, I would not recommend this for you, but other than that, it's a beautiful concealer. It's light, it goes on beautifully. You just have to set it. Like, I think almost every concealer that I have found I had to set. My last drugstore concealer, and this one I have almost hit pan with this one. I don't know if you could call this pan. What is this called? L'Oreal concealer. It's like a crayon. I can't even see what the name of it is. I think it's called True Match. I've been using this a long time and it's already gone. I have to buy a new one, but this one I don't use under my eyes. I really like it as a spot concealer, but I do not recommend this for under eyes. It's very, very drying and it does crease really badly and it makes your under eyes look really dry. So if you're above 35, I would say stay away from this for your under eyes. You can probably get away with it if you're in your 20s or in your teens, but definitely is a great concealer if you want to cover blemishes and you have a little bit of oily skin. This works great. And I'm wearing the color N45. And the last concealer I wanted to share with you, and this is not a drugstore, this is a high-end concealer. It's the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye and the Brightener Duo. And I like this one because you have the Brightener option and the Bye Bye Under Eye. I actually own the Bye Bye Under Eye by itself, and I don't reach for that often because it's the way it sits on my skin, it's very dewy and it's really heavy. So I apply very, very small amount, like not even a pea size, like the smallest amount, and it covers really well. It's full coverage, but it's a little bit too oily looking for me. Bye Bye Under Eye for me is a little bit too thick and too dewy. But if you have a really, really dry under eye and you have a really dry skin, give it a try. It might be for you. But for me, it seems at this point in my life, it seems to be a little bit too thick and dewy. But I do like this one because at first I used the Brightener and then I applied the Bye Bye Under Eye where I really absolutely need it. And the Brightener works really well. I love this one because it comes with both. So it the Brightener kind of dilutes the Bye Bye Under Eye a little bit for me. So it actually sits nicely on my skin. So I like this one. That's it for my favorite concealers and the pros and cons for these concealers. I hope that you enjoyed this little review. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video and also comment below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. I upload every Tuesday and Friday. Thanks so much. Bye.